Sean Goode. Sean, talk a bit about what you're trying to do with your young people and reaching out to them to maybe curb this or stop this before it even gets going.
Yeah, thanks for creating the space and for the
Yeah, you bet.
opportunity to be part of this conversation. Adrian and I worked together for many years in community, and at a period of time when I was helping steward a gang and group intervention team in the city of Seattle and South King County, and a time that he referenced to where we felt like we were able to get ahead of some of these incidents of violence. And I'll tell you, at that same time, we were still losing young people to gang and group violence as a result of guns. And I was also serving as a minister in the community where I was carrying the weight of supporting young people who were being impacted by gun violence and then eulogizing funeral services for those same young people that we were servicing, which brought me to the place where I'm serving today, where we're working actively to engage young people at pivotal moments before they get before they're suffering in a way that leads them to picking up a gun and causing harm to themselves and others, and building support around them so that way they have the community they need to honor a commitment to a new direction for their life.
So what do you see what's happening right now? I mean, why, as we just heard from the chief, it's almost like it at times is out of control.
Yeah, well, I think one of the challenges is that we regularly hear that the community needs to step up, the community needs to step up. But what we're dealing with is the aftershocks of hundreds of years of systemic racism and a lack of economic equality that allows for people to live in impoverished situations, and as a result, get caught in this trap where poor decisions are being made because the access to the resources to make good decisions simply aren't present. I mean, we declare racism a public health issue in King County, and the byproduct of racism is a variety of things. I mean, you have the redlining, there's inadequate education, lack of employment, fatherlessness as a result of mass incarceration, a lack of economic mobility. The list goes on and on and on, and all of those conditions create a point for people who are living in those spaces where they are led down a path that seems inevitably to be in conflict with law enforcement. And their behavior then in turn is criminalized because those are the neighborhoods that are most often overly policed. And so we find ourselves in this situation in large part because of historical matters that are beyond the reach of a single community movement. What I can say is this, is that we are at a very opportune time where collectives like King County Equity Now are standing together and bringing people into solidarity with each other. And in that solidarity, we are standing saying that we need more than just resources for our community. We need intentional divestment from the things that cause harm, and in addition to those divestment investments and things that bring in the supports, so we can begin to deconstruct the things that have put us in this place and begin to build up the supports necessary to live into a future that's been unlike anything we've been able to achieve up until this point.